So, what is going on, my friend? How are we today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. So, real quick, we are going to do a Facebook Live hot seat. We've done a couple last week, and a lot of the people that participated got a lot of value out of it. So, I know you're here to try to get some feedback on your website and try to figure out how to turn those visitors into buying customers. I mean, that's the bottom line. That's what we want a website to do, right?
Right.
So before we go in deep and do that audit, I should say, I have a couple questions for you, and then we'll
Sure.
go from there. So who exactly is your target audience?
My target audience is dentists.
Okay, go a little bit deeper with me on that. So what are they struggling with? So what is the problem that you're solving for them?
Right. So my background's in accounting, so I'm doing accounting for dentists, and I kind of strictly focus on profits and cash flow as my main focus. So I look at kind of where they're struggling, what their kind of pain points are, and try to capitalize on what they have already without any additional like cost to market for marketing in a sense. So I do kind of monthly kind of coaching meetings. I do a report that's kind of a scorecard to what their KPIs are and how they can best improve those from a month to month, being a lot more proactive in their practice.
Got it. So you're looking for, so the problem that you solve, if I hear you correctly, it's you try to find where they're leaking profits, so to speak,
Right.
and you plug those holes up.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, cool. Excellent. I mean, listen, what dentist would not want that?
Right.
All right. So here's the thing. Why should dentists listen to you? Like, why should they purchase from you versus somebody else?
Right. Well, I strictly, I mean, my background is I've done public accounting and the corporate realm, so I got kind of a sense of kind of what should I say? Kind of what struggles in small business owners from working in the public accounting in the public accounting space. So I kind of know where their pain points are. I don't give them, a profit loss statement at all. I strictly give them kind of like a dashboard, because most business owners that I've ever found that they don't look at it anyway. The only thing it's for is for accountants and bankers, and that's basically it. So that's kind of what I do.
Got it. Let me ask you a question. Have you gotten dentists results in the past? Like, do you have case studies?
I do. I have one case study that one of my best friend's dad kind of had basically had a previous business owner give him some advice that did not pan out correctly, and basically he ended up owing the IRS $1.8 million and basically wiped him out. He had to get a loan from the bank, so he was actually in the whole $500,000 after this was all said and done. So basically, he had a good practice, but he was doing about $1 million in production, which is good, but his overhead was really great already. But it was just increasing that production. So I believe last year was around $6 million, and this is from a small town, about 25,000 in a rural community.
Oh my God.
Yes. So
That's
basically,
phenomenal.
yeah, and he just sold his practice last year and finally basically retired and is moving to the same town that my best friend, his son, is at, to spend more time with them.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you help them plug those holes, get rid of that deficit, and actually make them plus, where he actually sold the business at that point.
Correct.
Wow,
Yes.
that's phenomenal. Now, you documented all of this, I assume?
Yeah, I mean he's a pretty good marketer in his own right.
Okay.
He's done. I mean, he's kind of a Dan Kennedy direct response type of guy, and did a client client appreciation event every year, and that's basically how he grew so much.
Oh, excellent. So he was a little savvy with his marketing.
He was, yeah. So which you don't find among, the dental profession at all. So, I mean,
Right.
he already kind of understood what he had to kind of do, and he just kind of, grew it. And then I kind of helped him, track with his KPI, his overhead, which he got to be about 45%, and the industry average is close to 65, 70%. So he was able to take home over half of what he was making, what he was producing.
Excellent. So you oversaw his numbers and made sure that you kept hitting what you needed to hit to get through that deficit.
Correct. Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question is, what differentiates you from another company like yourself that serves dentists?
Yeah. So basically, counting, I mean, they charge by the hour. I don't charge by the hour. I do a strict fee per month, and, I don't nickel and dime them if they have a question. I'm free for questions whenever they want to, either, through like a Slack or Voxer is kind of what I use.
Cool.
And they can ask questions whenever they want to. That's kind of my value, and kind of strategizing if they're going to purchase equipment, or if they're doing, marketing type of thing, and how they're generating leads. So that's kind of what I do. That's kind of what differentiates me, from others, is I don't charge by the hour.
Okay, that's fine. And then the last but not least is, what makes your brand relevant to them? So that's key here.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah. Can you elaborate a little further?
Yeah. So how is a dentist going to connect with you? Again, let me just be blunt.
Right.
How would a dentist connect with you if you're not a dentist? So where's the relevancy that says, okay, Ben is my go-to guy for dentistry optimization, dentist business optimization, for lack of better words.
Right. Just with my, background, just my prior clients that I've dealt with the case study that I did, kind of, shows exactly what I'm capable of doing. There's no guarantees they have to, do the work too, but that's just kind of basically my experience and what I've done for others. Right.
Excellent. No, I like it. I like it. So let's dive into your site now, and let's see how some of these questions sort of communicate through the site, and let's see if we can plug some holes. All right, so we're going to share screen. I'm just going to get to the site real quick. Whoops. Share screen. Boom. Boom. We're going to make this a little bigger just so we can see what's going on here. Boom. All right. So you got your phone number here. You say get your free profitability assessment. All right. So a couple good things are happening right here. Okay. I'm going to point out some of the good stuff. So over here, like the top right is premium real estate. Because when people read sites, they go from left to right. And the first thing they see is logo. Second thing they see is in this top right corner. And the fact that you have a call to action right there is excellent. Excellent.
Okay.
I wouldn't change that at all. What I would also do, however, is take the same call to action and bring it somewhere here in the middle.
Okay.
All right. Just to kind of give them a 1-2 punch.
Okay.
And then your headline, if you aren't personally pocketing at least 40% of the fees you charged, you've come to the right place. Okay. I like the curiosity there. Curiosity is definitely solid. Okay. I don't think the phone number needs to be here.
Okay.
What I would like to see is you and talking about possibly the case study and maybe investing in some video production that walks people through that case study. And if I could really wish upon a star, I would say get the guy that you've helped bail out of the $500,000 in debt and actually have him part of the video.
Okay.
Like that's a needle that, that's going to move the needle big time. Okay.
Right.
The next thing is discover the top 3 profit killers affecting your price. I'm sorry, your practice. It's not bad. It's not bad. What is your opt-in rate for this?
It's not great. I'm trying to figure out the best way to opt in for my free ebook. So whether it's like the banner or it's just like a pop-up type of thing, that's kind of my I guess my overall question on the site is kind of where to put that opt-in.
All right, got it. All right, so some people are going to disagree with me on this, but I'm here to help you generate profit with this site. And you've heard in the past, Ben, because you come from the same world I come from. You must always put your opt-in above the fold, or there.
Right.
And I don't necessarily agree with that 100%. Because what I think should be above the fold is definitely a call to action, but a button that actually gets them to buy something.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the thing. I'm gonna break this down, and correct me if I'm wrong. If people don't pay attention, if they don't buy, and people don't value anything that's free, anything you've gotten for free, it's probably in a drawer or in a shelf somewhere, and you've probably pulled it out once ever since you got it. However, if you bought something for $500, I bet you read it from cover to cover. I bet you actually executed on it, right or wrong.
You're right.
So what I would do, and again, just a suggestion, the call to action that you have at the top right, I would actually make that a $97 30-minute call. And
okay.
By doing that, one, you're qualifying the client. And two, you're generating a profit. Or that $97 will pay for your ad spend.
Right.
Okay, so that may be your break-even thing, right? So
right.
First and foremost, headline, get rid of the phone number. I would put a video there that is basically showing your credibility immediately and hit it and solving the problem. You're showing the people why they should listen to you. You're differentiating yourself, and you're relevant. Okay? What I would do with this opt-in is I would move it down. Because what do you want first? You want money, or you want them to opt into the lead magnet? You want the money.
Right.
So I would just swap that. I would swing this down, and I would this is poorly designed, so I would make this look somewhat better, just cleaner.
Okay.
Maybe stack the forms.
Okay.
All right, and then put the send request underneath, and I would change the button color to something more pop of like orange.
Okay.
Okay. You're here because. Okay. So here's where I would switch this up. So the way I would do this is, what are the steps? What is the 3-step process you're going to take the dentist through? Okay. So for example, let me use myself. So when you hire Unique Designz, we take you through a 3-step process. It's strategy, it's design and implementation, and it's execution. That's it.
Okay.
So, that's what they need to know next, how you're going to help them.
Okay.
Take this section here and again, drop it down.
Okay.
Okay. I would actually drop it below this part here.
Below my picture section?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this section here, this is your 3-stepper, right?
Right.
But it needs to be, it's getting buried. It needs to be way up top.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
And here's just some professional advice. So they say if you can narrow it down to 3 steps, the conversion rate will go up tremendously. 4, you're like, and 5, they don't take any action at all.
Okay.
So if we can break this, if you could take this 4-step and condense it to 3, boom.
Yep. I can just take the payroll out because it's not that deal. So, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then one of the biggest things, Ben, is making making your text on your site relatable to the audience.
Okay.
So because you're an accountant, right? You're a CPA?
No, I'm not a CPA. No.
You're not a CPA, but you're in the accounting space.
Right.
Okay. So financial metrics, financial roadmap to success, tax planning, you may want to play with those headlines to words that are more relatable to the dentist.
Okay.
All right. Again, this button's kind of just floating here.
Yep.
So I would just take that out.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So the social proof part will come, if you can get like a maximum of 3 testimonials to possibly put here. You could put 1, 2, 3 next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need. So between the three text testimonials and the video case study, you're good. I mean, it may be borderline overkill because then you get into authority. Like you may be pushing your authority a little too much, right? It may come across a little egotistical.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to kind of balance that out. So, but again, having some testimonial there is not going to hurt. You just want to balance it.
Okay.
And then here is your transactional call to action. So you have your call to action, which is to buy, and then you have that's your one call to action. And then the transitional call to action is for them to get onto your list. And like, oops,
okay.
Oh, what the hell happened here? Oh, okay. So that is, that's actually clickable. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
So yeah, I clicked on it. It brought me to a new page.
Okay.
Where it gives you that for free without them actually logging in.
Right. Okay.
So we want to make sure that we fix that. Right. So overall, it's a clean site, but we just need to kind of move stuff around, right? Play with some wording and be real clear on how you're serving them. And the first thing that you want them to do is buy. So don't be afraid to do a $97 consultation with them. Okay. And it could be refundable. It could be a risk-free call. If they don't find any value in the call, you give them the 97 back. But you need to understand that your time's valuable.
Right.
And you don't want to be doing 50 calls a day and them all tell you, let me think about it.
Right.
When you put that price point, like I said before, you put you put a little dollar amount to something, believe me when I tell you, Ben, they listen.
Okay.
So that's it, my friend. I mean, you were nervous. You told me in the private message. Was that bad?
No, that wasn't bad at all.
I'm teasing. So hopefully you can go and actually execute those changes.
Okay.
And start running some traffic to it. Start seeing what happens over the course of 2-3 weeks. I would give it at least 2 weeks. Once you make all the changes, I would give it at least 2 weeks and see what kind of results you get. And then go from there.
Okay.
All right. And then keep me posted.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome, man. All right, guys, that was it. Another Facebook Live hot seat with my man, Ben Dangle from
Dental Profit Advisors.
Awesome, guys. We'll see you on the next hot seat.
All right.